Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of the Sea of Stars podcast. I'm Scott from Mechanical Anime Reviews, and here I am going to talk to you about two Rooster Teeth products. Seems like I'm going to be using this podcast to talk about things that I don't usually on my blog, and you know what? I think that's a good way to separate everything. So, RWBY ended its sixth season or volume recently, and honestly, I think it's the best season that it's ever had. So, but before we get into that, if you ever wondered what RWBY is, well, it is an original web animation from Rooster Teeth Studios, and it's basically like Soul Eater, but people don't turn to weapons, and fairy tales exist. There's a lot of science fiction technology, and well, I guess it's just a hodgepodge of a lot of good tropes or and things. So that means it can be extremely busy sometimes. And well, it starts off as heroes go to school to learn how to be heroes or hunters and huntresses. And it gets that's pretty much all up to volume 3 until their academy, Beacon Academy, suddenly blows up and they're left to figure out how to defeat their current enemy and a lot of other things. So yeah, there we go, and that's it for the most part. And well, uh, it's kind of been mixed up to this point. Like season one, they were figuring out how to do everything. Season two, visuals improved. Season three was kind of amazing. Had a lot of heartbreak and a lot of death and a lot of scary things, really. And season 4 was another in between where they're traveling to another academy because, well, they have a lot of ancient magical relics entered around schools in this world. And, well, they have to get there somehow. And, well, I mean, Beacon was currently taken down, and they don't have a lot of transportation and other things, so they have to walk or ride a bike. And well, actually, I thought Volume 4 was pretty great from character perspective, but a lot of people seem to have different opinions about that. Whatever, that's them. Volume 5 was kind of a big mess thing for me because it did have a lot of good things, but the end of the volume was kind of crammed in because it had a lot of important fights settled into one room, which meant that the length of the season, which are usually 12 episodes in length, kind of expanded on, and it just was cluttered either way. I mean, what are you gonna do? But then we have Volume 6. It wasn't as cluttered. It was more interesting. Had a lot of more interesting themes going on. Had some more interesting grim or fantasy monsters in it. The villains were plotting something. Well, two sets of villains, really. It's kind of fun. And we got to learn more about our characters. The final conflict where they're heading to another school was interesting. And yeah, I mean, how can you not be awed by a giant grim Godzilla fighting against a giant robot? How can you not? But yeah, it had a lot of good arcs to it. Like, I really like Blake's and Yang's arc because they had some disagreements after Volume 3, and they finally found out how to get everything back together, how to be back their emotional state they were originally. Maybe a little more for, shipping purposes, which is alright to me. And, well, Ruby was blank slate for a while, but she's starting to be standing up on her own, learning how to be a leader. And, well, Weiss is there, and I really like her. She's grown up on me a lot. It's just a good show. Oh, I should also mention that the animation of the season was pretty good too. It's just some of Rooster Teeth's best, really. No complaints, really. Yeah, I can't wait to see what else they do besides, well, GenLock, which came out, and it's their first season of this. Well, it recently premiered on their Rooster Teeth network because it looks so much nicer than what they had or what RWBY started out with. It's amazing to see where they originally were when they started from all these animations to what they are now, because they're building entire cities like it's no tomorrow. They're making mechs that move like actual mechs. Characters actually look like people besides the pseudo anime character designs that they had beforehand. It's just their growth of technology has been amazing. And well, let's talk more about GenLock. Um, it feels like a combination of a lot of Western and anime ideas at the same time. Like, I mean, it is a basic anime plot of having two sides against each other in war. The Union are attacking the Vanguard, and the Vanguard are definitely losing, which is why they're going to rely on these new mechs called the Nobles, I think. Nodals, yeah, which is basically have your character's consciousness put into a robot, so it's like the Avatar movie technology, and I think it's kind of cool. And the designs are kind of organic. Well, actually, without the skeleton or the armor, they look kind of organic, which is kind of nice because it needs to fit all the muscle groups in order to walk around and everything. And I mean, there's a lot of good things to talk about, and there's some questionable things too. But in general, like it's good. It has a good cast, a lot of good actors who know how to act, and yeah, I mean David Tennant is kind of killing it, and Monica Rial is always good, and there's some other surprises like I forget who the Japanese guy that they had, but he just speaks Japanese and he kind of everybody understands him, and it's just and everybody's speaking English, so it's kind of interesting, and I kind of love that. And well, they build up interesting world where our main character before he was killed off, also voiced by Michael B. Jordan, by the way, showed up with his family through holographic technology while he's still in the military. So, like, they had a presence, but they didn't at the same time. It's like definitely a great way to show off technology. And well, the mechs in general are kind of, like I said, Western design. Like they're walking missile platforms until Nodals show up, which they are kind of typical, actually kind of Full Metal Panic Code Geass kind of designs with all sorts of colors and things. Just, yeah, I really like it. I mean, there are a lot of things I still want to know, like who are the enemies? Why are they attacking? Why are they destroying everything? What is their goal? But then it's only been about 3 episodes in at this point, so I have to give it the benefit of doubt for now, because establishing characters is probably more important at the moment, and then we'll probably get back to the characters are doing or what the villains are doing later on, which is alright to me, I think. So yeah, I feel like if you want to pay, or if you're paying for Verve, or if you want to check out what Rooster Teeth has on their website, because episode 1 is available for free, then I think you should definitely do that. That I think definitely worth your time. And yeah, go ahead, please. I mean, I had to buy Verve for this because I felt like, well, I really liked what I saw and I wanted more of it. And so far, I have not regretted that. Mostly, kind of because High Dive is on there too, so I can just have everything watched on one service. But you might as well watch GenLock too and enjoy it. And check out RWBY if you're interested as well. I think Rooster Teeth is going someplace with this new software and everything. So yeah, yay! I guess that's it for today. Thank you for checking my second episode. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing, so please give me some feedback on how I can improve. So once again, I'm Scott from Mechanical Anime Reviews. This has been See Up to Stars, Episode 2. Bye.